October 9th, 2015, and I'm April Newell.
I'm Steven Ureta.
We've known of each other for a long time, but we met at a friend's wedding.
Just started talking then, and every day after, through phone, because it was long distance.
Who proposed to who?
Definitely him.
How that happened?
I proposed to her a few months before. I had asked her parents for their approval. I told them I still needed to save some time, or needed some time to still save, but she had told me that she had a favorite spot on the beach down south where she's from, and so I always knew that that's where I wanted to do it. One weekend, surprised her, told her I wanted to just hang out there for a bit. And
I thought we were going for a picnic.
Yeah.
And I sat down to eat food, and he's like, come here. And I was like, oh, trying to eat. Like, don't bother me right now. And then I got up, and he was being all sweet and talking all sweet. And I'm like, why is he being so nice right now? And then he got down on his knee, and then I don't remember anything else but crying. So...
Yep. I actually asked her dad and her mom because she told me that her mom would appreciate it probably a little more. So I didn't have a problem with it. I asked both her parents. They said, of course, that I have their blessing, and that was it.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
It happened like, August? 5 months before we got engaged, he asked for their permission, and they never even let on.
Yeah. I didn't want them to know because I didn't want anyone on their family to know, because the girls in the family like to talk.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to risk that. I just gave them later this year sometime I would do it. And I kept it open-ended so I could do it whenever I had the ring and planned to make a trip down south. And everything just worked out.
Yeah.
I think we actually started discussing like the guest list and things we wanted in the wedding probably the next day. If not.
I was never prepared for the relentless amount of questions the second we got engaged about where, when, what, how. It's like, I just got engaged, I don't know. And then we were around family the entire weekend. And so I think the drive back is when we actually it just got to be the two of us, and we could finally talk about it.
Or find out that you probably need someone to help you with the planning, or how'd you go about that?
After like the third time of me crying.
We'd discuss certain things we wanted, and so she would like email or call companies with trying to set up appointments, and some she just wouldn't even hear back from, and she was getting really stressed about how we're supposed to do all this, especially if nobody even responds. And that was one thing that was big for me, was I didn't want her to be stressed for a whole year leading up to the wedding. And also, the stress it would put on me with her being stressed.
Like,
so,
I was already having nightmares. It was the littlest things. Like, I would think people would come up to me like, oh, like, what about lighting? I don't know. I didn't even think about lighting. I didn't think about chairs. It's the little things I didn't think about. And that's when I was like, I can't do this. I can't continue to have nightmares, lose sleep. It's already more than a year away, and I'm already starting to do all this. And I'm a very frugal person, so it's hard for me to justify spending money on a wedding planner, but it is probably the best money we've spent so far. Way better than money we spent on the venue, anything, because now it's fun. I read reviews. I had, like, a lot of my bridesmaids, like, when we got engaged, they got me, like, gifts from the knot and stuff, and had the best wedding planners, and honestly probably Google. And then I emailed her, and I think I emailed like 3 one weekend, and she was the only one that emailed me back too. So that was like, oh nice, someone that actually communicates.
And then one of her friends has actually worked with Victoria, and she had nothing but great things to say. So
yeah, she told me, she mentioned a while ago, she's like, if you need a wedding planner, I know of a great one. And I was like, no, I can do this myself. And then I was like, I can't do it myself, and I'm not going to admit that. So we went and we talked with Victoria, and then I had dinner with that friend that night, and I was like, well, I already found a wedding planner, and it just happened to be the same person that she was talking about.
The whole process.
Really good.
Yeah.
I look forward to our meetings, because I'm like, oh, we can do wedding stuff. And then when we leave, it's just, she'll give me like little homework assignments, stuff that I can handle. I'll do that, and then we get to go and we get to make more decisions, and it's fun because it's someone's telling me what I can pick. I don't have to. I'm not creative, so I don't have to come up with these things. You're telling me what I can pick from.
Yeah, every week, the week of our meeting, she's very excited. She, more things we get to decide about our wedding, and the thing that I was most surprised of is Victoria has a lot of suggestions of things that we would never even think of to do, or ways to spend money here that might save us here, better budget our wedding, and that's the thing I'm most pleased with probably.
Yeah, she can make our money go a lot further than I think we would have been able to.
And she's very hands-on, and just the things that she's seen or done on other weddings she can relate to us and that we would not even know about. I would say definitely yes. When we talked about getting a wedding planner, I was more like I was interested in planning the wedding with her, but and so it was kind of like this is probably best to lower your stress, so okay, we'll do this. But it's not like I'm not planning the wedding, it's just Victoria's giving us options, and so I'm much happier with our decision to hire Victoria.
She helps settles a lot of our disagreements.
That too. The very first meeting we had disagreed, or we wanted different things in one aspect of our wedding, and she settled it right then.
Yeah.
We left and we were like, well, that
was easy. Why couldn't we have done that ourselves?
Exactly. And for me, that was when I knew, like, right away, great decision.
Oh, I'm not, like, before, when it came to thinking about the wedding, I dreaded it. It was stressful, and now I'm excited. And that's how it should be. You shouldn't be like, oh my God, my wedding's coming up. Like, this is so stressful. I have all this stuff. Now I'm like, okay, like, I'm ready. I want to have the wedding next month. And now it's like, oh, it's still 10 months away. But it's probably been the biggest thing has been the stress relief. And I actually enjoy the process now as opposed to fearing it. I would tell her definitely to sit down and talk with Victoria, and you'd be surprised at how much she can help you with, how much money she can save you, the different ideas and options she can give you. You would think of things that you never would have thought of, and it's probably the best idea that we could have had, but we wouldn't have thought of it ourselves. And it's, if you have a groom that wants to be involved and you have to compromise with decisions, she's very helpful in that too.
So are you enjoying the engagement process now?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, a lot more.
Yeah, we don't really worry about wedding stuff. We discuss and think about the wedding leading up to our meeting, and a little bit after our meeting, discussing what happened with talking to Victoria. But other than that, I think we just kind of know that she has us on track to be ready when the time comes, and we don't really have to worry about it a whole lot.